Welcome. This is David Boles, Human Meme. Today's topic, how to poison a culture. A culture is made of three important, sharp prongs that build a community and protect a proprietary intellect. Aesthetic. Aesthetic is what we find more than merely pleasing and beautiful and morally important. An aesthetic is a drive and a purpose of sharing something that transforms beauty, not just recommends it. Education. Education is how we choose to train the mind to operate. Cogency isn't enough. Awareness isn't making it. There must be a precision of logic and temperament that is included in the study of what we know. Values. Values are a commodity that cannot be negotiated or downwardly spiraled without the entire community's condemnation or disinterest. Values represent something that is more than itself, more than mere equivalency. Values are a fairer return on investment in morality and right judgment than the bare minimum needed to merely survive. We poison a culture, aesthetic, education, values, with carelessness. No attention to thought or plot, and cluelessness in behavior. Here are some examples, both rigid and soft. The Kardashians, Justin Bieber, Britney. You know the others, you get the idea. What must it be like to be famous for vapidity and knowing nothing? The celebrities steal from our culture without returning anything of value. They take time and news cycles and thoughts and eyes and prayers and leave the culture only full of emptiness and despair. These celebrities are popular but not brilliant because they divert those among us who are seeking fulfillment and hero worship in the death of the old God. The heavens may not hear our pleas, but you shall be sold eyeliner and bubblegum pop songs and a sex tape or two to take your mind off the pile of misery in which you are standing and sinking. Those sort of nefarious folk who sell attention spans for the price of a commercial are a virus that is slowly infecting every sacred screed in a culture. Idiots become geniuses. The lowest form of tolerance becomes pure evidence of love. False drama is a dull knife. The trick of the celebrity culture is that they aren't in on their own joke. They are watched not for their wealth or fame or lack of human discipline. They are being notated by us and made notorious when we react to them, whispering in our prayers to an empty heavens, "Better them than me." As our mentor in this podcast, Human Meme, Dr. Howard Stein warns us early and often the enemy of the arts is the humanities. What did he mean? In the university system, the humanities and the arts are often conjoined in the same manner of study. And Dr. Stein warned that was a terrible injustice to the arts because the theory and the study of the arts were bound by the university against what had already been known. The opposite of divinity is humanity, and the humanities deal with the interpretation of the human condition, and that has traditionally meant classics in literature. But today, with expanding minds and decreasing budgets, the idea of the humanities has now become the home of the soft sciences. And the humanities now include religion, history, literature, psychology, languages, philosophy, sociology, and musicology. The humanities do not include the empirical, the predictable, the logical, and the testable hard sciences. Geography, chemistry, meteorology, and astrophysics. The humanities concentrate on critical analysis, guessing, and theory emboldening. The arts are not of the humanities. The arts break traditional roles and thoughts and make us, demand of us, that we reconsider the world in a new way. Unfortunately, the blending of arts and humanities in traditional educational study has irrevocably dulled the arts. I ask you, do we have any recent art movements in painting or theater as we did a generation or two ago? There's no expressionism in painting or brutalism in design or theater of the absurd filling the empty space. The arts today only regurgitate what has always been and what already was. There is even a modern move afoot to now combine theater arts study with architecture in the same program. That irrational blending of methods, means, and modes of construction is stupefying, and it isn't being done for the betterment of the study, but for the benefit of the university, in cost savings and in the combining of interests to pad the bottom line. Politicians. Our culture has always compelled the lowest of us into action. Where once we tried to better the country, now we only try to best each other. This sort of foreign hatred, others hatred, is circular and vicious. And we've seen it before, but that doesn't make the waiting of it, for it to be over, any easier to take or abide, as the destruction of our lives is out for bid. The false thinkers. For some reason, our newsreaders on TV and article writers in the free press feel the need to be fair and to equally cover all sides of an issue. And while that may be fine in a journalism school sort of study, of victory and of keeping score and of managing tabs, that fails in real use because some people are employed to lie and to hide the truth and to mislead you and to point you down the wrong path. So when you pretend to cover all sides of an issue by including paid liars and untruth tellers, you fail completely and totally for not doing your job to call out the dark side wonks and liars, and for refusing to protect the truth by revealing provable facts in evidence. Coercive faith. When religion becomes based in hatreds and the closing of communities against outside influences, the entire culture becomes sickly and lonesome. Religion, not too long ago, used to bring people together and was not used as a cudgel for separation in small communities. If the idea of faith is to find common ground for love and respect, then we must only support each other through deeds and moral duty. And if we are asked to raise our fists in the name of the flag, or swear in the spirit of the cross, or create allegiances to a crescent moon or some other icon of belief, then it is our mandate as a free people to rightly refuse to become involved in disembodied dismay. To close, to preserve a culture, we must always be wary and alert, and put goodness and thoughtfulness back into the world with intrinsically tested values. A solidly developed, designed, and exercised aesthetic, and we must make certain the fundamentals of our national education system are never fungible. Thank you for listening. Be a human meme.